Hello everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing Gone Girl, which is the new film directed by David Fincher, who I think is one of the most prolific and just interesting Hollywood directors anyway. He's certainly one of my favorites. He's made tons of very famous and revered works over the years, like Fight Club and Seven. He made one of my favorite movies of all time, the very underrated Zodiac. Check it out if you haven't. And he also made, a few years ago, Social Network, which I think is one of the best films of this current decade so far. Fincher has a very signature style, and he makes very dreary and macabre stories that often masquerade on the surface as these kind of B-movie, Pulp Fiction-esque works. But he builds the narratives around kind of the perverse nature of humanity, and he's really trying to expose kind of our own dark inner desires. Some could argue that he does make the same whodunit investigation mystery thriller over and over and over again. And okay, yeah, that is true on the surface, but I think why he keeps kind of surprising and why we keep returning to his films is because he's constantly offering new points of view on the material. And Gone Girl does come from the same detective thriller genre. It is based on the novel by Gillian Flynn, and it is about a married couple that, they seem very ideal, like this suburban, perfect couple living in this nice town in Missouri. But one day the wife, Amy, goes missing, and we soon learn through the investigation as it unfolds that this case is definitely not what it seems to be, and I know, I was so shocked by that. This movie, like all Fincher movies I've ever seen, whether I liked them or I didn't, I can't deny that they are all impeccably made, just extraordinary to look at. I mean, in terms of just beat for beat, shot for shot, the way everything is composed, it just has this sophistication, this elegance, and this flow like a piece of music, and the way it builds in terms of just the tension and the suspense is just absolutely wonderful. I mean, it is like a film student's dream to watch something like this and to analyze. But what really got me about the film, and this is something I don't think I've really ever seen much of from Fincher in the past, is the humor in it. I mean, because this film is essentially a satire. Everything about the film is very neatly packaged and very manipulative on purpose because, again, it is a satire. So it does have that quality of like a film like Ace in the Hole or maybe a really good episode of Twin Peaks. It's about the way that how we tear down American ideals that are perceived and twisted by the media and by politics of the justice system and by audiences and all of that. And we're trying to the film is trying to expose kind of the darker truth of what's going on behind closed doors of this marriage and just of all of the characters in general. But I will admit to you that initially I wasn't really on board with the movie. I mean, of course I admired just how it was crafted and all of that, and of course it is very entertaining, so it's not like I was bored. I mean, it's pretty hard to be bored during a Fincher film, but I wasn't getting much out of it. I mean, I was very conscious of the satirical edge that it was trying to bring, and I recognized the main ideas very early on because they're just so obvious. I mean, I know it's a satire and usually, metaphors and things like that are meant to be obvious, but this one, it's just saying, media twists the truth. And, people aren't as happy as they may seem on the surface. And this is all just very kind of screenwriting 101, bad, uninteresting metaphors. But then came the ending. And I'd say maybe about the last 30 minutes of it, I completely changed my mind about it. And it had me in the palm of its hands. It is one of the most chilling, unexpected, and disturbing endings I have ever seen from a Fincher film, and that's saying a lot. And I don't mean, when I say unexpected, I don't mean like, oh my god, that was a shocker, oh, that plot twist, I didn't see it coming. No, I mean psychologically, because this entire film, we're looking at these people, this ensemble of characters and the situation that they're in, and we're looking at it from a very distant point of view and looking in on them and all of this. But in the last 30 minutes of the film, all of a sudden the film starts to take those ideas of marriage and relationships and the darkness that can come out of them, and turns it inward. And we're not looking at things from such a simplified point of view. We're looking at things from the point of view of these characters. What did they really want out of life? Or what are they willing to go through in order to maybe find this happiness or to appear like they're happy? And it's killing me. I want to give it away. I want to give away the ending, but I'm not going to. Obviously, this is a non-spoiler review, but I'll just say that it is very uncomfortable and very revealing about people. And that's what I get out of a good piece of, not just a piece of entertainment, but just something that's meaningful. You know, I mean, what is a film if not, or just a story in general, a good story, if not a reflection of people? You know, these characters are meant to be kind of different facets of ourselves. And when you can really resonate with your audience and kind of show something that is maybe hidden that you don't want to think about, that's a good thing. And the outcome of the film is not pretty. It's definitely one that is more emotionally vulnerable than you may expect. But that's what sold it for me, and that's why I really, really liked it. If you just like films that are very, you know, Hitchcockian and have that very kind of pulpish, entertaining quality, then yeah, I mean, this is a great movie for you, and you'll be surprised because you're going to get a lot out of it. So yeah, I definitely recommend this movie. Maybe not for a first date or something like that, but yeah, it's definitely worth your time. And that is my review. Thank you all for listening. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, the link is below. And you can also like my Facebook page. Also, the link is below the Twitter link. And catch you next time.